Hello there. Welcome to the Drifting Spore. I'm Steve. It is a gorgeous sunny fall day here in Nova Scotia today. The air is nice and cool and crisp. I'm warm because seems like whenever I'm walking on a trail, I walk a little bit harder than I do just through the woods. So I'm sweating a little bit. My glasses are even fogging up. But I had to pause and come have a look at this guy here. So this is I believe this to be an artist conch, man, Ganoderma applanatum. And he's an old one. He's big, right? He's still healthy. His pore surface is still white. So Ganoderma applanatum, or the artist conch, is on my list of mushrooms that I need still, that I could use more of to get me through the winter for my teas. So, and the hericium mushrooms have been on the go lately. So the sun started shining. I figured, what better day, man? Time to get out and go have a look, right? So here I am. This, although I need artist conch, I'm not going to take an ancient one like that, man. That's just, I don't know. And there's only one on the tree. My philosophy pretty well is if there's one, take none. If there's two, take one, right? So this being the first one I saw, he's going to stay there. And I'll bring you in close for a look at him. And then I'm going to continue up the trail and keep drifting, man. Eventually we'll stop for a break, I'm sure. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoy. So this here is Ganoderma applanatum. When they're younger, they're a lot, like all this brown is season after season of it putting spores on top of himself. Usually these can be like a light silver or gray. As you can see underneath, he's bright white on a spore surface. So he's definitely ancient. And every one of these ridges represents a season of growth, right? So he's been around, man. I think I'll put my card on him and get a couple pictures. Well, I came to that fork in the road, so I decided to go left. I always decide to go left. And I found this. This would be interesting to one of my YouTube friends there, Bat Badger and the Woodsman. Bat W, check this out. I always think of him as Bat W, but check this out, man. There's a huge fallen sugar maple here. And I went to look inside to see if there was any mushrooms. No mushrooms, but check that out. Serious portal right there. I can't fit in, so I'm not going this time. Check that out. And a couple pictures in case I need a thumbnail for it. Right on. Well, I've drifted a bit further along now past that portal. Funny thing, right after I said that was a portal, I shut the camera off and there was a huge, sounded like a tree falling off to the west of me. Very cool. Anyway, as I'm walking along, peering through the woods, I've managed to slow down some now. I found chaga. in a notice obliquus. Not just one, but two. Two really nice examples of chaga. It's got that beautiful horn shape. That's a big one too. For me, lots of debate surrounding when to harvest chaga. So I harvest it in the winter, but you have to make sure that the tree you're harvesting from is alive, which this one is completely. Lots of leaves up there. So, say January, if I want to harvest chaga, which I won't because I've got lots, but someday if I want to harvest chaga, I'll come back in January and know this tree was alive this year, and that chaga is good to harvest. Right on. Grab a couple pictures of it too. So far, nothing in the basket yet. There we go. Holy, look at that, would you? That's amazing. So I'm still walking along the trail. Oh, there's a gem-studded puffball on this guy too. So I'm walking along the trail still, kind of looking for a place to have a break now. My mouth is dry and I'm ready to stop for a bit. But as I'm walking, I look in the woods and look at this. Huge old yellow birch, man. I had to stop and connect with this, man. Look at the size of this chaga. It's huge. Tree is very much alive. Eventually this chaga is going to split this tree. How amazing is that? Wow. In a notice obliquus. Not what I'm looking for, but man, can I ever appreciate the size of that mushroom right there, man. Amazing. Anyway, I'm going to continue down the trail. I'm still looking for a spot to stop and maybe make a cup of tea. So let's see what the universe will provide next. Right on. Oh, and I'm still looking for my mushrooms too. Right on. Well, all right. So I drifted, that trail I was on turned out to be a loop, which is awesome, man. It's so cool. So it looped right around back to the main trail or main woods road. And so I came back and decided to just bushwhack. I was looking for a big rock or somewhere I can set up and make a cup of tea and have a bite to eat. And it just wasn't forthcoming. So I just started bushwhacking down through the woods, saw more chaga. And I came to this little spot, man, and this mound, I think I can make a level spot here for my stove, and I'm gonna try right here. So let's get set up. And there was another really big sign that this was the right spot that I'll show you after I'm done. So it has to do with a mushroom as usual. Right on. So I'm gonna set up, try to make a little level spot here, and we're gonna get a cup of tea and something to eat on the go, man. We've had a really nice drift so far. Right on. Okay, I have the stove all set up now. Just gonna put alcohol in it. Put a good bit in it because I'm going to be cooking on this too. I can always snuff it and add more. I find this stove to be a lot more efficient than my homemade stoves. I'm having Twinings Earl Grey tea, as per usual. I'm going to get that in my teapot right away. There we go. I already got water in my teapot. Now I'm going to shower spark at that stove and see if we can get her to light. All right. There we go. It's hard to tell in the sun, but I'm pretty sure I saw that light. When I light my stove, there's always a delay because my ferro rod always goes right back on my sheath. Yeah, that's going. I laid some sticks along the bottom of the stove there in that indentation to try and level it up some. Looks like it did a passable job there. Right on. Just wait for the water to boil now. I'm all set up right over there now. I was just looking around while I'm waiting on my tea to boil. And I found another interesting mushroom. This is a very powerful ally of mine and a good friend. I thought it was the violet tooth polypore when I first saw it, but then I noticed that it's not. That's actually turkey tail, Tramates versicolor. Look at that, eh? This one's a little bit dried out, so it's not a super fresh flush. Can't get the camera to focus on it, but it's white underneath, so still good. Once it gets brown and discolored underneath, as long as it's cream colored, that's still good to use. But I have tons and tons and tons of turkey tail. I have my winter supply already, so that's just an interesting find here today, not something I'm looking to harvest. Right on. There we go. It would appear my tea is nicely boiled there now. My gloves on. I had a technical difficulty while I was waiting for that to boil. It came way off balance and kept wanting to sink, so I stuffed some sticks underneath of it, but I'm going to try to level that up better. Oh, I better watch what I'm doing here. I'm going to lose all my tea. That looks pretty good, man. Very good. Very nice. Just throw my kettle over there. I'm just going to leave the tea bag right in there. I'll put my lid on to keep it hot. And he's still gonna, yeah, I can move the stove. Ooh, it's hot. And I'm gonna put one of these sticks underneath here to level that out. There. Now I've gotta re-level this stove. So I'm gonna take all these sticks out that were failing me, and I split some smaller sticks there that are a bit longer in the hopes that they will balance out my stove better. Because it was going, man. It wanted to tip right over. I kind of thought in this indent would be a great place to put my stove. It turned out not so much. Let's see what that looks like. That's not level. That's close to level. Okay, let's try that. I don't think it'll fall right over or anything from there. Maybe now I can use these smaller sticks to like level it up further if I need to. I'm gonna put a little bit more alcohol in that stove, and we're gonna get cooking, man. This is not the most ideal spot, just because I gotta be hunkered over to cook, but we'll get her. All right, I better get some stuff out and ready before I light that stove. Okay, I got my stove filled up again. Let's get it going again. All right. This will be better if I can get down right beside it. Oh, he's popping and locking. It's getting on. So, I want to get my frying pan warmed up, but I want them to be a little bit more level than that. So let's see if I can accomplish that with one of these. I think that's going to be too much. Try that. If I can't get it perfectly level, no, I'm not gonna. That's gonna have to do right there, I would say. It's a little bit better, I think. We'll try it there. So I'm gonna let my pan heat up. I got a dropper bottle that's just got oil in it. It's vegetable oil. Check this time. Oh, I'm hungry, man. I've got the hammock chair all set up, and it is looking inviting, but I'm not gonna get there till I'm done cooking. I need a good bit of oil because I don't want what I'm cooking to stick. And let's get the first ingredient in here. Get my tinfoil set up as a windbreak. It's not really breaking much wind. The wind's kind of gusting around. Yeah, see, it's kind of gusting up the hill. So I'm having trouble preventing it completely. That's not too bad though. Okay, I got my Bear Complex food container. Man, I get a lot of use out of that. So first thing going in the pan is going to be chunks of Walmart 2 for $5 sausages. So that is a cheddar cheese sausage, one of the big ones. I've just chunked it up. I want to fry that up first in here. And I might throw the lid on it too, just to get it rocking and rolling. Right on. Seems pretty good and level there now. Seems like the wind's coming the other way now. All right. Let's let that do its thing for a bit, and then I'll bring these back. My sausage is starting to look pretty good. It smells pretty good too. I have to start bringing my tray again, I guess. My baking pan that I used to use to level out the stove. Because, I mean, that's close, but I mean, it's just not stable. Okay. Good enough, though. We'll make do. So, what I want to do is I want to kind of separate all this sausage into 2 piles. I might as well try to keep them down towards the bottom, I guess. My goal is going to be to crack an egg on top of each pile. That's my hope anyway. We'll see how it goes. Let's try the high side first. I didn't mean to just plop it in there, but there it is. Once I'm done with my kettle, I just use it like a trash can. Everything can go in it. That's holding on pretty good. Nice. Okay, I gotta hurry here so I don't forget anything. Oh, that one plopped in and slid. I didn't want that, but that's all right too. Now I had What did I do with? Oh, I got it buried in the dirt. Yeah. So I brought little packs of pepper. So I'm going to put a little bit of pepper on top of each egg. Oh, that's nice. Very nice. I'm going to put a pack of pepper on top of this egg. Oh, that looks pretty good, man. Okay. Now let's smuck the lid on here for another second. Let's get some oil moving up this way, though. Oh, jeez, don't go nuts. Ah, you stay on your own side. Okay, I better stop fooling around with that. Let's get that cooked now. Ooh. So I got my buns here. Toasted my buns before I left home. And of course, get a little bit of cheese to add here too. Okay. Things sound like they're coming together, man. Right on. Every time I sit down, I get dirt on the back of my hand. Ooh, that's not looking too bad, man. I would really like to flip these. Ah, I just broke that yolk. That's okay. No big deal. Ouch. The sausages are starting to burn. I just want to flip it once. Come on. Okay, there we go. I'm going to call that a successful flip. My stove's going to go in everywhere. This spatula's a little bit too big for this. Okay, just one flip. Flip that one way too hard. I'm going to have to try to pile everything back up on this one. Okay, so I guess it's one of those things. It's you got to chew it up to eat it type of scenario. They kind of made a mess, but we'll give them a few seconds, and then I'm going to put some cheese on there. Maybe that'll help it all hold together. Still okay with this. It smells pretty good. I think it's going to be all right. Okay. Things are looking all right here. Should have left that down so I can put that there. Anyway, let's see what we got here. Make sure nothing's too stuck to the bottom. That's okay. That's okay. That one's a little loose, though, which is going to suck because I didn't bring any utensils this drift. Not a single fork, or, which is funny too because I just bought a fork, spoon, and knife set at Walmart yesterday. Okay, the final step, which might hold it all together. Might be just what we need. It's the cheese. Let's throw a cheese slice on there. And hope that's what will kind of make everything adhere together again. Not exactly as I envisioned this one, but I'm guessing it's going to be all right. I'm only going to let that go for a few seconds, and I'm going to snuff the stove out and just let the heat in the pan melt the cheese. The sun keeps coming and going, man. When it comes out, it is beautiful, though. Okay. Cheese is starting to melt there now. I'm going to snuff that stove. I'm just going to let that rest for a minute while I get my buns ready. Didn't bring a plate either. No fork, no spoon, no plate. That's how I roll. Okay, up down here one more time. And I gotta get my buns ready. A couple drifts ago, I don't know how I did it with the buns. I ended up with the bottom bun on the bottom and the top bun on the top. And try not to make that same mistake here today. No guarantees though, that's for sure. Okay, so I've got a top and a top. I toasted my buns before I left home and buttered them. Oh, That is not looking bad at all. Hmm. Wow. Sausage and egger. That looks pretty good, man. Let's see if I can expedite it onto my bun without too much trouble. Oh, look, that one piece is going to come right off just nice. Oh, yeah. This one's just right down in the grease. That's okay, though. Oh, my. I'm losing some on the ground, but that's all right. I'll just keep what's in the pan for a minute. Now, I've got a top. Oh, geez, I almost forgot. Mustard. I got French's Dijon mustard for this one. I love my Dijon mustard, man. Oh, that's looking pretty good. I'm looking forward to getting on the hammock chair and trying this. One top, two tops. I believe my buns to be correct. Let's move to the hammock chair, get comfy, and try this out, man. I'm excited. And I got my tea. Yeah, I need my blue pen. This little kneeling pad just makes life so much more comfortable, even in the hammock chair. Things are pretty comfy in the hammock chair, but that little pad just holding everything out keeps it from getting tight on your legs. All right, that's perfect. I've got my sausage and egg burgers with cheese and Dijon mustard. I've got my tea, which I need to uncork here. Oh, perfect shot. My tea's probably still far too hot to drink. Yeah, it is. I'm going to just let that cool off while I'm eating. All right. Let's try a taste test. Sausage. Cheddar sausage, actually. Cheddar sausage, egg, pepper, and a cheese slice with Dijon mustard on toasted hamburger buns. In the best place you can ever have that. Wow. Mm-hmm. Hit into the Dijon there. That's fabulous, man. That is fabulous, and this is fabulous. Man, talk about going out for lunch, eh? Holy, that's good, man. I'm gonna make really short work of this. I can tell you that right off the bat. I'll bring you back when I'm finishing up. By then, my tea will be nice and cold. Not cold, but cool enough I can drink it without it burning my mouth off. Here comes that sun again, man. Right on. Oh my goodness. That was two of the tastiest little egg burgers that I've ever had, man. Wow. My tea still hasn't cooled off that much because I just drove those right into me, man. That was a good bit of walking. What a great afternoon I'm having, man. It's not over yet. I got one more thing to do. As of right now, my basket's still empty. It's not going to be before we leave. But I'm going to hold off until I'm done my tea to deal with that. Oh, there's nothing quite like a nice cup of Earl Grey tea after you've had a bite to eat in the woods, man. Great big sugar maples here. What a beautiful spot. I love it. I'm just going to get real quiet. I'm going to set my tea aside for a minute first. Excuse me. And clean up my mess over there. Get things mostly packed away. Excuse me again. Everything will be pretty well cooled off there now. I'd have no trouble packing everything. And then I like to just sit and enjoy my tea once everything's cleaned up. So I think I'll do that now. mm, best little egg burgers I think I've ever had. I say that every time I eat something in the woods, I think. But it tasted really good. There, I got everything packed up. Everything was cooled off just nice. I always, if I don't find I don't relax as well when I still get a mess going on. Once I get that cleaned up, like my tea's usually too hot to drink anyway. It's just good there now, perfect drinking temperature. So I find once I get everything cleaned up, then I can just sit and really chill out, zone out on the sound of the leaves blowing in the wind there, and just focus in on right here, right now, man. Sip away at my tea, watch, witness, just be very, very grateful that I have this opportunity to spend time like this in the woods, man. I'm going to get real quiet now and just drink my tea. Hmm. Breathe it all in and try to take some home with me. Oh my goodness. Hmm. It's beautiful, man. Oh, what a lovely cup of tea. What a lovely little snack I had out here in the woods. Oh, but fun is fun, but done is done. I'm done that stage, but I'm not done yet. I'm going to put my pack on. Am I going to put my pack on? I'm going to put my pack over one shoulder because where I'm going to go to show you this. Remember, I said how the universe provides? And I mentioned how there was a mushroom that I don't have enough supply of to get through the winter. Well, that's all about to change here in just a few seconds. Once I put my cup in my bag and zip things up, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Oh, I got to tear down the hammock chair too, of course, but that only takes a couple seconds. Let's go look. This is one of those deals where the more I look around, the more I see. But right here, look at this. These guys here, oh, he's in great shape too. These are what I was looking for. These are Ganoderma applanatum. These are the artist conch. And I am well met to meet you guys. So as you can see, there's 1, 2, 3 on this side of the tree. So that's not all. Wait till you see the other side of the tree. The other side has many, many more on it. So these ones are really old and quite big. And I can't really decide which one I want. I want to ask that I be able to take one of the far bigger ones, like this one or this one. I'm definitely not going to take enough to hurt the fruiting of these on this tree. There's a lot of things on this huge, huge old maple. Even broke off dead. It is immense way up to the top. So, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. No, I think this one, I'm going to leave the biggest one on this tree. There's more all over the place here. Everywhere I look, I'm finding more and more. You can see brown swaths where their spores have been released and kind of painted the down tree, which would be the top of this tree, I guess. Yeah. All right, let's harvest this one, and then let's head to the back of the tree, other side of the tree, and get a few more, because there is more than enough here for me to get my winter supply. Just put my bag down here so that I can have access to my basket. Oh, how lovely to connect with you. Ganoderma applanatum. How wonderful to find you in such great abundance. I would ask that I harvest you for my health over the winter. My intention is to dehydrate you and use you in teas and perhaps tincture. How wonderful to connect with you. Right on. Thank you. I'm just going to use my weight slowly and as gently as possible, prise him off the tree. Very gently. There we go. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Wow. This one will provide me quite a bit of slices for my tea and tincture. But holy, right on. Check that out. Ganoderma applanatum. Working on my winter supply. I'm not working on it no more. I'm going to get enough off this tree that I'm not going to have to harvest this guy again this year. That just barely fits in my basket. Look at that. Right on. Let's look on the other side of the tree. I get a couple more. I think a couple, 3 more would be good. Maybe 4. We'll see what we can get in my basket. The universe provides, man. All you gotta do is trust it. See this one here? He's on the top half of this tree that's down on the ground. And all that light brown all around here is spore. That's all the spores from the Ganoderma applanatum. Right on. You can see too on the other side of this tree, there's more flushes of something, some old mushroom. Those kind of look like oysters, not real sure. But then as you go up, right, this is just covered in Ganoderma applanatum all the way to the top. So I'm thinking I might get those 4 guys, but I'm gonna have to use my staff to harvest these guys. I'm just gonna set my bag there with my basket for a sec. I don't think I can reach these guys. I might be able to. Oh, I can reach the first one. Maybe, not quite. Let me see if I can get them with my staff. Oh, I don't want them to break like that. Oh well, I'm still gonna harvest that like that. That's a nice little piece. That's not how I wanted that to go, though. I wish I had a way to get up there a little bit higher. Interesting. Running? No, sir, I can't get a good grip on them that way. Maybe. Oh, I might be able to use my paracord to get around them and pull them closer to the tree trunk so they don't break off like that one did. Let me see if I can. Not you. Where did my paracord go? Oh, I see it. Of course, I can't quite reach my paracord either. Here we go. Oh no. I don't think this is going to work. I might have to get some of those ones that were close to the ground. Try a couple more times, but okay, that's right up against the tree. Oh, I don't want you to cut into that mushroom. This is being far more difficult than I anticipated. This guy up top came. Just watch where he went. I see him. I'm not gonna lose him. That worked. I don't know if I can do it again though. No, I'm throwing it too hard now. Wow. This would be a whole video in itself, man. Just trying to get these couple artists caught. I grabbed this piece too. Is there anything breakable in my bag, I wonder? Oh. There we go. Oh, that's a good one. Right on. Ah, okay, that's enough of the high ones. I got that one that rolled away. Ooh, I might get a couple more low ones then. If I can't get any high ones, I get the low ones. That was quite invigorating. All right. Okay, let's see what we got here. There are a couple more bigger ones here that I can grab. Got 1, 2, 3. hopefully these ones are all good as well. Let me see. Feels good. Oh yeah, look at that. That's beautiful. Very nice. The brown dots you see on the other ones, the first ones I harvested, are just spore. That's all that is. It's nothing to worry about. What about you? Oh, another beautiful one. One more and I'm good. I'm still leaving. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm gonna have to take this one. I just stepped on it by mistake, I guess. If he's okay. He's okay, yeah. My toe caught him. And let's take this little guy. There we go. Right on. Ganoderma applanatum supplies gathered for the winter. And I'm leaving a ton of them behind. Right on. Well, there we go. What an amazing afternoon in the woods I've had, man. I can smell the artist conch on my hands. I can smell them in my basket right now. Thank you so much. So grateful for these times I get to spend in the woods, man. Lovely, lovely afternoon. I hope you enjoyed it too, man. I really hope you find it relaxing. That's the whole point of this, right? I just want to share just how awesome it is out here, man, and maybe encourage you to get out and do the same. But it's getting on. I've got a little bit of a walk out. I've never explored that trail I was on today. So that's a new one. It's awesome. I saw lots of chaga up there, man. So good to know anyway, that's all up there. This here artist conch spot, this could pay off for years to come, right? I left lots behind. A lot of it, I didn't like how that one broke off the tree, broke halfway through the mushroom when I tried to push it with my staff. So I'm not into like breaking and destroying them. But I got as much of it as I could. I got a basket full. That's going to last me for my teas all winter long. And I don't need to harvest anymore. And I think that concludes what I need for my winter supplies of mushrooms for teas for the winter. So, right on. Ah, had a lovely time. Well, it's time to head her out. Not too far. It was kind of a big loop I ended up doing. So I'm just going to drop down onto a new woods road and walk out from there. Not much bushwhacking to do from here. So thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed. And remember, you will never find anything unless you get out and look. Go have a look, man. It's worth it. Bye for now.